Hello everyone, I hope you are doing great. Today we have the 8th video from the conversation activity video series, and we are going to talk about animals and animals' life. The terminal objective for our class is to provide students the variety of argumentative questions in which they have to use arguments. In their answers, they're expected to talk about the preferred animals, what kind of animals they like, what kind of animals they dislike. They are expected to talk about the influence of animals in human life, to state their opinion about animal species extinction and the possible reasons for this. How we achieve this purpose, we are going to provide our students a set of grammatical and lexical resources. Basically, in grammar, we have superlative structure and comparative structure. Superlative is for talking about animal preferences. Students can perfectly use this structure in order to express what kind of animals they like or dislike. For example, nightingales are the most ear-soothing creatures ever existed. So the most ear-soothing. Or cats are the cutest of all animals. So the cutest is a superlative adjective trying to describe the kind of animal the speaker loves. For comparing animals, you can also use comparative structures. Dogs are more popular. For example, if you are comparing cats and dogs or dogs with other types of animals, dogs are more popular because they're friendlier compared with cats. So in this case, we're comparing dogs and cats. So more popular, friendlier. So you can always use these structures in order to describe animals. For lexical resources, we have a set of vocabulary. First of all, different body organs, paws, jaws, beaks, claws, horn, ivory, hide, etc. To make sure your students just check them out in Google, see their pictures in order to have a perfect understanding of these concepts. We have poachers, hunters. Basically, they have the same meaning, but poachers normally engage in illegal hunting of animals, especially endangered animals, causing them to go extinct. And we have prey. Prey is the animal which is being hunted by a predator. Predator is the hunter, prey is the hunted animal. And we have some adjectives. Carnivorous. Carnivorous is a kind of adjective describing the type of animal. Carnivorous animals feed on meat. Herbivorous animals are the ones who, in contrast with carnivorous types of animals, they eat herbs. They try to feed on herbs. We have predatory animals. Predatory animals are the animals on prey. So they normally hunt other animals. They prey on them and they feed on them. Ferocious animals is closely linked to predatory animals, let's say carnivorous animals. Lions and tigers are normally ferocious, so they are savage or really brutal when it comes to hunting, when it comes to bloodshed. These types of animals are called ferocious. There are some useful expressions. Provide companionship means basically to be a company, especially a dog, for example, for a human being. So you will be a great company for that person. You will be there for them. So you can always use this expression for your pet, for example. We have treat animal humanely. So humanely basically means to be just and fair with regards to other animals. So to treat animals humanely means not to be cruel, not to be savage with them, and try to behave with them as living beings. Keeping in confinement. Confinement basically means to be incarcerated, to be in prison. For example, this is basically the case when an animal is kept in cage or sometimes domesticated, especially birds, which are normally kept in a cage. We have exhibit natural behavior. This is in contrast with being in confinement. Exhibit means to show, to illustrate, to have a kind of natural behavior. So in contrast with being in confinement, animals have the freedom to be themselves, to be free. And then we have on the brink of extinction. So extinction means non-existence, to go extinct. And on the brink of means on the verge of, on the edge of, to be close to, for example, going extinct in this case. And this is the case of endangered species. You can always talk about, for example, Persian tiger is on the brink of extinction. We do not have many male Persian tigers in this world anymore because they are an endangered type of animal species. They are on the brink of extinction. With this type of information provided to our students, now let's plunge into the actual conversation activity planning. Before the class, we will always ask our students to watch a series of videos. The first video we have provided on the screen is a useful video with some topic related vocabulary about animals. The second one is an actual IELTS questions and answers samples with about 9 candidates. The third one is a complete video all about animals, very long, it's about 2 hours, and it is definitely recommended to students who have an IELTS test, but not really recommended to those who are in a hurry, because this is quite a time-consuming video. For in-class activity, the very first thing we do is warm up. We ask our students to provide some definitions and as many examples as they could of these yellow concepts, for example, domestic animals. So they are expected to talk about cats, dogs, rabbits. These are domesticated animals people normally have in their home. We have reptiles. So reptiles are basically hard-skinned, scaly skinned, and the ones who lay eggs. So snakes, crocodiles, chameleons, lizards, turtles, alligators, these are examples of reptiles. We have mammals, cows, tigers, elephants, donkeys, monkeys, even human beings are considered as mammals. And carnivorous animals, we have seen them, the type of ferocious animals who feed on prey, who hunt other animals for food. So tiger, lion, leopard, hyena, eagle. Just make sure your students know the meaning of every single one of these animals. In case they do not know, you can also use your mother language in order to tell them their meaning. Herbivorous animals are the ones which are feeding on herbs. They do not hunt other animals. They eat leaves and plants and seeds. So we have giraffes, cows, and elephants. And for definitions, we have offspring. Offspring or breeding is the same as giving birth to children. So make sure to give them the definition. Endangered species are the types of animals which are, as we have seen, on the brink of extinction. And natural habitat destruction, it means destroying of natural habitat for many living beings. And this is the case when humans play a part. For example, we say intoxication of natural resources of water. Water is the natural habitat for many animal species, for example, the fish. And then we have our actual conversation activity, questions and answers. There is much more comprehensive list of questions provided in the comment section below. Make sure to provide some sample answers to each question you have in the class. Do you like animals? Why not? For example, in this case, we can say, yes, I love especially dogs. They are really cute and lovely. More interestingly, dogs are loyal and a very good company. So as simple as that, the 30-second answers. Are you interested in watching wildlife documentaries on TV? Yes, for example, you can say, yes, I love to know more about animal species and wildlife in total. However, when it comes to furious animals hunting other species to feed on, I cannot take that much of brutality and bloodshed. So this is a part of sample answer. You can say very useful vocabulary exists in this answer: brutality, bloodshed, and of course you have used some topic related vocabulary, for example, ferocious animals or other animal species. Basically, we are talking about carnivorous animals. In which country do you think it is possible to see a wide range of animals and why? Well, I go for Amazon rainforest in South America because the lush greenery of the forest and its lofty trees have created a perfect natural habitat for thousands of animal species and insects, ensuring the diversity of flora and fauna of the region. So again, a set of useful topic related vocabulary. We have dense vegetation. They say lush greenery, it means dense vegetation. And then we have lofty trees, means very large, long trees. Natural habitat, the natural area of residence for thousands of animal species. And then we have flora and fauna, means different types of flowers and plants. Number 4, do you think humans have a negative impact on the ecosystem? Yes, absolutely. I believe that poachers hunt down animals excessively, particularly endangered animals, and causing them to go extinct, or even changing the life cycle of the ecosystem forever. Moreover, we have pollution, which is another result of human behavior. And as a result of this, the body of water in many regions of the world has become intoxicated, and thousands of sea animals and fish are receiving some irreversible harm to their natural habitat. For number 5, how can we protect endangered species? We say we can always provide endangered species with, for example, facilitated and organized offspring under laboratory conditions to ensure their existence. We can also adopt strict measures to deter poachers from any unauthorized hunting of animals and threatening their existence. So once we have covered questions and answers, we will focus on formative assessment aspect. It basically means feedback. We receive feedback from our students' performance, how they do, how they answer questions. And in case they had some inaccuracies, they had something wrong, they made a mistake, at the end of their speaking, we will try to give them some constructive feedback. Also, we focus on enabling objectives in this session about animals, enabling objectives of comparative structures, superlative structures for grammar. We had different types of topic related vocabulary that we asked our students to use them as much as they could. We have animal species, body organs, and different types of adjectives, for example, ferocious, carnivorous, herbivorous, etc. We also give tips. Tips are normally descriptive. We provide better alternatives. We provide our own answers, and this is the responsibility of our students to personalize these sample answers for their own use. Finally, we have homework assignments. As always, we will provide some IELTS Task 2 cue cards, topic related, in this case related to animals, and we will ask our students to record themselves for at least a couple minutes and send their recorded voice to our colleagues at Parsons Institute in order to provide them constructive feedback. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed. Next week we will be working on parties and ceremonies.